time to get up.
What's up YouTube, DMLX here, and today I'm bringing you guys my review on Marvel's Spider-Man exclusively for PlayStation 4. As you can see the title of this video, I indeed claim that this is the best Spider-Man game ever created, which I'll admit is a bold statement, but it's the truth. Insomniac Games has exceeded most of my expectations black suit by delivering one of the best / engaging cinematic gaming experiences right behind this year's God of War, as well as being able to capture who Spider-Man / Peter Parker is as a hero and as a young adult finding his place in the world. Insomniac's Marvel Universe is well established with its own identity and lore that stands out among the rest. The game is set in an open world of Manhattan where you play as a 23-year-old Peter Parker who's been Spider-Man for 8 years and is about to graduate from college. As Spider-Man, Peter settles on being a loyal protector of New York City with the assistance of NYPD Captain Yuri Watanabe, while at the same time working as a lab assistant for a very well-known scientist in the Marvel Universe. As you progress through the story in Marvel's Spider-Man, you'll come in contact with an abundance of characters within the Spider-Man mythos, from Mary Jane Watson, who's a reporter for the Daily Bugle, Norman Osborn, who's running for mayor, Miles Morales, who many of you know becomes Peter's successor as Spider-Man in the comics, Silver Sable, Kingpin, and many more. The acting and writing for the characters in the game is top-notch, arguably on par or even a step above most films within the MCU. Although the first act of the game is a bit slow, the game starts to ramp up when coming in contact with Mr. Negative for the first time and the formation of the Sinister Six. Cutscenes are masterfully crafted. It truly felt like watching a big budget comic book film that executed on all fronts, from the action, character interactions, and emotional beats. And how can I not mention the amazing score by John Pisano? To me, this definitely rivals Danny Elfman's score from the same Raimi trilogy in my book. In terms of gameplay, let's start with the fans' most concerned feature, web slinging. Insomniac's Spider-Man has nailed the fluidity, traversal sensation, and physics of the web slinging's iconic way of getting around New York City. Webs stick to buildings, except when you're doing the swing kick. Spider-Man can zip across multiple platforms with ease, and perform cool tricks while free-falling. Also, web slinging is complemented by a well-developed parkour system, allowing nearly no obstacle to slow down Spider-Man's momentum, making traversal all the more satisfying. In addition, the combat is equally satisfying to watch as it is to play. If you played any of the Batman Arkham games, then the style of combat should be very familiar to you. To put it plainly, counterattacks are your best friend. If you build up Spider-Man's focus mirror, you'll be able to perform special takedowns that honestly never get old. Have the option to use various gadgets that are beneficial in aggressive and stealthy encounters, as well as suit abilities which can be obtained through crafting various Spider-Man suits you can wear from the comics, movies, and original designs by Insomniac. My personal favorite ability is the defensive shield, which is obtained through crafting the Mark IV armor, that allows Spider-Man not to take damage from any enemy attack. Definitely comes in handy when fighting against a group of enemies and taking down the Sinister Six. Even after you beat the main story, there's still a ton of endgame content to keep you busy. From tackling side quests, finding Black Cat's hideout, Taskmaster's challenges, Harry's research stations, catching fucking pigeons, taking down enemy bases, and taking pictures. And if you feel the game is a bit too easy, you can always turn up the difficulty. As of right now, there's only 3 options: friendly, amazing, and spectacular. I'm surprised they didn't add an ultimate mode as the hardest difficulty. Maybe they'll do that through an update, we'll just have to wait and see. Overall, Marvel's Spider-Man for PS4 is top tier, and not just in the superhero gaming genre, but also as an open world action game as a whole, and could arguably go down as one of the top 10 best games for PlayStation 4, and definitely has a shot of being a contender for Game of the Year. The quality of the game speaks for itself, from the story, character development, traversal, combat, having an epic theme, and extra content to keep the players busy. However, the story's first act does start off with a slow burn, but it pays off with emotional damage that follows. Also, I do want to mention you do get the chance to play as Mary Jane and Miles Morales with no powers at certain points in the game, which are a nice change of pace and creates interesting perspectives for the narrative, but still felt unnecessary nonetheless, seeing that they could have been simplified to cutscenes and still be equally as effective. So with that being said, I'm going to give Marvel's Spider-Man a 9 out of 10. And there you guys have it, that's my review on Spider-Man PS4. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about the game. To me, this game is a must buy, especially if you're a Spider-Man fan. And if you're not a big superhero fan, I definitely recommend you guys go check it out. It's become one of my favorite interpretations of the character, and hopefully this is a sign that Insomniac will continue to make more Spider-Man games in the future. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, it really helps me out. Subscribe for more content from me on Spider-Man and other games in general. I'm DMLX. I'll see you in the future.